And man, I did it again. Oh, this is getting annoying. Let's here. Let's make it look a little more normal. Hello, all. Yeah, they moved the buttons, they changed the app, and now adding it back is, I guess it requires another button than I thought. Oh, well, we'll get it again. Sooner or later. Let's see, Sir Laugh a Lot. Albertans need 177,000 signatures to put the question of leaving on the referendum vote. That's the easy part. Then we vote in October of this year. Great result. Get results. Then we have negotiations. It's getting very interesting. I'm very much Pickles. It's good to see you. We need to be in charge of our own destination. I think the same thing in the U.S. I mean, if California wants to become part of Canada, good for them. Hello, Dr. Sarah. Hello, Twitch. Hello, Nature Girl. Jemanuel Ocean Sand. We do get to have a little fun straight out of the gate this evening, folks, with story time with Matt. Anybody want to take a guess as to what the story is going to be about?
For good
Anybody?
buddy. How you doing, Mark?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. You know what? Let's lead off with the international story. How's that sound?
I'm in for an international story.
Okay. So it was back in right around 92. I was doing some transportation. There was about 15 of us in the company, and 5 of the guys are Iranians, you know, and they all got out of there. I didn't know their story until you sit and talk with them, but they got out of there in Iran, I don't know, sometime in the 80s, put it that way. And I think they went through Great Britain, and then they ended up in the U.S. But the thing about it is, if you don't know these people, and they're all different from that part of the world, you know. And those guys were the nicest guys ever, and they pretty much did everything American guys did, you know. We'd get together and have our company parties about every 2 months, and you know, they would drink with us. Everybody drank, had a good time, but it wasn't. It was a good crew, you know, and people don't realize, but yeah, everybody's different from everywhere, but they're good people, and those people, oh my God, they're probably going on at least 40 years, you know. So all the Iranians in the U.S., you know, and I'm sure this is just killing the liberals. They all want it. They all want this to happen. What's happening now, you know? They want to get back there. They want to see their family they haven't seen for years, you know, cousins and whatever. So that's a pretty good story. I got to work with those guys, and they're great guys. So
I've met quite a few over the years, and everyone I've met's been great. The only one that's like kind of questionable and just he's a spoiled brat. My son, well, one of my sons, Riley, dated an Iranian girl, but she didn't grow up there. Her parents fled, you know, before, so don't think she just spoiled rich girl. But they worked really hard. Great family. I mean, like a really, really solid group. But
yeah,
so my exposure at
what's that, Mark?
Do what?
No, they used to invite me to their Saturday. They'd have big soccer games and stuff, and they'd party. And I was invited anytime to go to it, you know. And it wasn't like, you know, hanging around with the Somalians or something. I wouldn't have did that, you know. But these guys were a panic, you know. And they were just nice people, you know. And I would have had them. I'd love it if they were my neighbors right now. But I lost touch with them after '98. So, but yeah, good guys. So that's a good story, you know.
Yeah, no, I like those. Twitch said, Mark, I went to school with the former head of the secret police in Iran's son. His dad was assassinated in the flip to the Ayatollah. He was a great guy. I always felt for him and for his loss. Yeah, you guys sound off. Heck, we probably have folks of Iranian descent in here or directly from Iran in the community. Sound off. Let us get to know you.
Yep. And yeah, so that's a great story. You know, it's but I didn't. That's one thing I learned about being in my business. I learned about all kinds of different countries in Africa. The Iraq guys, they're pretty much like the Iranian guys. You know, I knew some Iraq guys. I knew actually talk, buddy of mine, his old manager was Sheikh Adnan Al Casey. That was his name, but he was, I think he was a gold medal Olympic guy from Iraq. And we used to talk about Iraq once in a while, but that was, 5, 6 years ago, you know. So, but yeah, they're good people. I knew a guy from Turkey too, and he was a little wild. He was out there, you know, but he was fun people, and that's a great deal. So, anyways, just thought I'd bring that up. That's a little story,
Now,
storyland.
Gary Seven's got a net. Well, one, Kelly wants to know if you've spent, she wants Wisconsin stories, but Gary Seven, what's like the favorite drink? You had your friends that you got invited to, you know, doing cookouts or parties or whatever. Was there alcohol involved? What they like
Oh
to
yeah,
drink, or did they not drink at all?
no, they drank. They all drank. These guys. It's I would say the real moral people, but yeah, they like to party, you know. And there was no restrictions on. So see, certain groups you encounter, they only want have their own people there. No, these guys weren't like that at all. They totally mixed, you know. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Egyptian guys were like that. The Iranians, the Iraqis, mostly Africans, except for I would say Somalia. I was going to say the Liberians. They were cool. The Nigerians were cool. The Kenyans were cool. The Ethiopians were cool. They were just kind of real easygoing people. And I used to work with all those kind of people. And but like I said, they everybody get along. You know, they really did. Once in a while, who was it? The Liberians and I don't know. I think I don't know. That had to do something with women. Some of the guys were going out with the other guy's girlfriend or something. Girlfriends, not girlfriend, you know. And then that caused a little bit of trouble for a few days, but they got over it. And no, it was cool. You know, everything was cool. But yeah, boy, it's been a long day today. Woo, long day. So,
Like long day,
anyways,
like work long day,
yeah,
or
it's very, very, yeah.
were you gummy tasting?
No, none of that. Just a long day. Just certain things come up, and you know, you just deal with certain laws and everything, but everything works out. Sometimes it's just you got to get guys in the company moving a little bit and doing this and that, and I got to do stuff. They got to do stuff, but we all got to get it done right now. And just like with any company, sometimes you got crunch time. I guess that's why, you know, some companies stay in business, some don't. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
you got, I don't know, we got, let's see, Lucas, Scotty, Kevin, me. Who else was working on it? Another guy today had a couple of deals, but we'll get it all resolved real quick. Everything's shipping except for just a couple states. That's just for temporary for 2 to 4 days. Just about 1.5% of our business. That would be Colorado, Idaho. What's the other one? Wyoming. Big deal, you know. So we'll have it all squared away in 4 days, and everything will be fine. But anyways, you just deal with it. Make sure things get
Yeah,
good.
another
So
curve. They throw
yeah,
it,
no,
you deal with it.
yeah, no big deal. You just keep going, you know, and just that's the whole thing about business. You know, a lot of people just you got to dig in. You know, sometimes you just got to dig in like that.
You got to
You know,
dig in and you got to roll with the punches. Whatever
right?
they throw you, there's a way to deal with it. You just got to think. Too many people in business, man. I don't know if you've seen this, but they get a little bit of a curve and they just fold. They don't try to figure it out. They don't try to get inventive. They don't look for answers. They just fold.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And if you just kind of keep going and just keep rolling, you'll make it. But you just got to keep at it. You know, you can't. And then when anybody says to you, they say, "Oh, yeah, it's pretty tough. You know, why don't you take it easy and do this or that?" You know, I'm just like, "Oh my God, just run from them." You know,
It,
you know what I mean, Mark? Right? You just gotta just do what you do.
I've had people ask me, what's the secret? What's the success? How do you make anything work in life or in business? And I've been up and I've been down and I've been up and I've been down. Showing up. That's
Yeah.
like, if you're looking for like the most important thing, if you guys want to make money or be successful, showing up when you don't want to show up. It is putting in the extra effort when all you want to do is lay on the couch. It is not taking no for an answer. It's trying to figure out the right answer, figure out another way. Well, you can't do it this way. Well, what way can I do it? It's showing up.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is, and just got done with Valentine's, and that was good because for years, oh my God, 12 years, I think it was, I was in the flower business, and that was just pure hell. I'm just recovering from some of these flower holidays. Oh my God, Valentine's, Mother's Day. What else was
Do you
there?
get like PTSD when it gets close to Valentine's or Mother's Day, Matt?
I used to. I'm over it now. I really am. But yeah, of course I did, man. Yeah, it just, I mean, it just was just like crazy. Everybody else, it's the time of the year where you're just kind of kicking back and buying presents, getting together with people. But no, you know, it was just crazy, working hard, and you get through it, and then you relax. So you're
Exactly.
relaxing when everybody else is going back to work. And but I'm just glad those days are over. And my wife, she doesn't even. I still get her flowers now and then, but on the holidays I'll miss them. And she knows that I just got a phobia for Valentine's now. It's just kind of weird. If I guess yeah. See, the Daytona 500's right around Valentine's Day, I think, isn't it? Yeah, that would
Yeah,
probably.
it's usually like late February. Have we had the Daytona 5? Did I miss the Daytona 500 this year?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to break out the
we had it.
glasses again, people. Get ready.
Yeah, we had it for sure. And I didn't. I don't know. No, there was some guy went right at the end. That's right. I didn't watch the race. I seen the highlights, though. But man, as far as I'm concerned, I'd like to spend the rest of my days on Earth going to that Daytona 500 every year for sure. That's I've been there at
Yeah,
that time.
it was back on February the 15th, and I missed it.
Oh boy.
Tyler Reddick won it.
Yep. Yeah, he won it right at the end. That was great. Yeah, that was Michael Jordan's. He was the owner of that team. That's right.
Yeah, okay, I remember that now. I didn't actually
Yeah.
miss it. You guys told about it, and I was embarrassed because I called it the Indy 500 instead of the Daytona 500. I remember that one now.
Yeah.
Daggone it. Those lion's mane mushrooms must be working, Matt. Speaking of which, you want to take a shameless plug and tell them how to get in there?
Yeah, and then here's a Wednesday night special. So if you're listening to the show, you're going to score. Okay. Here's the deal. We're not changing up the main specials till tomorrow, but we still got if you want to get into the site, you go to thecbdgurus.com, thecbdgurus.com, and then you get into wholesale. And when you're in wholesale, hit Mark's name, and then you go down. If there's a box that shows up, put in lowercase KRAM CBD. I'm kind of hoarse. I was outside goofing off with this dog for about an hour there, yelling at him, and he was barking at me. But I should have, and I wasn't even wearing a coat, so that's why I don't know what's going on here. I got to take some immunity. But anyway, so you scroll down, you'll see all the specials. But I just put one in for tonight. You put in any size order, and let me see if Scotty fixed that up. Let's see. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, he did. Okay. Okay. So you get a 2-ounce little pack of mushroom coffee. That's good enough for eight cups, And we got decaf or regular in that. That's the only place we got the decaf mushroom coffee is in that 2-ounce pack, but you get that free with any order. Okay. And then the other special we got after that, we got the mushroom coffee with 3 of the 2-ounce packs on each pound there, and you can give them out to your buddies, And then going along with the coffee, Mark, one more. We got the 2-ounce packs there if you want to buy one, decaf or regular. Plus, you get 250 dinar with it,
Ooh.
Yeah. And then
Now, wouldn't that be neat? This thing goes, you go back to your favorite restaurant, pub, wherever. After it goes, and you say, "This is for you." Go to the bank. Tell Betsy down at the local, I don't know, pick a bank, People's Bank or whatever, and tell them Matt sent you.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I've heard that. And I've heard that, well, when you're at the humanitarian resorts for the humanitarians, but and the soldiers for sure. All the soldiers will be there. They get to be in there free all the time. Former soldiers. But anyways, yeah, I've been told that I've given out over 800,000 millions right now, which is pretty cool. And the guy I get them from, he said that I'm leading the pack of anybody the last 5 years. So didn't sell any, gave them all out to everybody. And I think it's going to turn out, you guys. So I think, I read today, Mark, I just want to get this out there.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
You know who's going to be pumping the oil out of Iraq? It's going to be the U.S. Chevron. You know who's going to be pumping it out of Venezuela? Chevron. That's pretty good.
Man.
What?
I've never looked. Well, I shouldn't say never. I haven't looked them up in years as to who is.
What was that, Mark?
I haven't looked who's the biggest.
I
Internet's
can hear
fighting
you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who's the biggest, like Chevron, Exxon, BP, but Chevron, to me, I look at the massive deal they just signed in Iraq, and I look at what they've got going on. It looks like they will have going on in Venezuela.
Yeah,
It's
and when they reach
big.
their potential, both of them, between the two countries, you're looking at 15 million barrels per day, but that's 2.5 years down the road. So that's pretty big time,
All right, Jermanuel, no THC in my order to Wyoming. Maybe it won't be an issue. I don't know how that works. You just not shipping to those states at all for a day or two while you try to get this figured out, or?
No, we got it figured out. It's just going to be solved in 2 to 4 days.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be shipping it there. Yeah, and it's no problem. It's just going to take a couple days to get it a little workaround. So, but thank God it was. It's not good for Wyoming or Idaho, but those are a couple of the smallest states for customers.
Mm-hmm.
Besides like North Dakota and maybe Montana. And Colorado. They're big and everything, but people are so used to buying there, but so it really doesn't affect our overall customers. It's probably, I just looked at the numbers real quick while we were dealing with it today, but like I said, we do got it figured out. It's 1.25% of our business. So that's good. I feel bad for those few people, but they'll get it. Just wait a few days, you guys. You'll be in on the new special. We'll start that in the morning.
Ooh. Yeah, hopefully by the time we do new specials on Friday, this thing will all be figured out.
Yep. And no, this whole deal's coming together, man. I'm telling you, Mark, it really is.
Yep.
I mean,
now anybody say if they had ordered 5 days ago, 4 days ago, you probably already shipped it and it's not an issue, right?
Oh yeah, no. we were just we cut it. We had to cut it today at I think it was 9 in the morning. Those 3 states, and then Scotty cut the Washington by mistake. And so we had to put that right back in. It just took a couple hours till a couple of people said, "Hey, I can't order there." And then we fixed that right away. But no, it'll all be fixed. It's no big deal. And it's just our business is kind of wild that way. Sometimes things come up, but no big deal. And everything's going to be. You guys there, don't worry. You'll get your stuff one way or the other. And,
all right, you got time to answer one quick question, and then I'm going to get Mike in here so we can get to cutting up.
Right.
Leslie says, remind me the best use for that 5 matrix mushroom. That's one of my favorites because it's just like your overall, it's your shotgun approach, it's your maintenance, it's your health. I mean, what are your thoughts on I've got the turkey tail here. I don't have the 5 matrix in front of me. Because of its, between the cordyceps, the reshape, everything it's got in it, it's just a great protective.
Yeah, and I'll use the 5 matrix in the gummy. I definitely use it in the coffee. I probably had, and I'm doing all right, even though Lucas gives me heat. I'm probably on about my 4th serving of concentrate today in different things, so I'm good. And then I'll take, let's see, I didn't take a capsule today, but I did take, I took 1 gummy. I'll probably have another one on the way home. It'll relax me. And then, yeah. So does that remind me of the best use for so the use, it's got a lot of overall, all those mushrooms, there's probably about 50 benefits, all of them together for you. But I feel good, besides looking a little bit older, I feel great, and my nerves feel good. I think it really does a good job for your nerves and your body. And so.
Yeah, you're probably looking older because all that time hanging out with Kukla and Booger and them fighting with each other all the time. It's probably stressed you out, made you look a little older.
No, Kevin makes me older. No, I'm just kidding. No, it doesn't. No, it's just the winters here. They're horrible. You get through the winter and you're just going, oh my God, why am I even here?
Man, I keep telling you, I'll find you a nice house right here in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Come on down in the winters.
Well, you know what? That would be a good idea, Mark. And one of these days I will, for sure. For sure I will. Well, anyways, is Mike standing by?
Yeah. He's hiding in the background, although looks like he's got like an ice pack on his shoulder or something instead of like sitting on it. I don't know if you've seen him lately. He's been trying to up his testosterone levels or something. So he's been sitting on an ice pack on his on the fellers down there.
Really? I mean, is he taking the supplements for the testosterone? What is it? The hormones?
Yeah. I've been trying to get him to start on Man's Edge.
What's it? What's it called? Man's Edge?
Man's Edge. Nutronics does it. Bruce Fong, a couple doctors pulled it together. It's good stuff. It's maybe too effective. But that's like, we'll have that conversation. Mike's like, no, not sitting on it. Mike, all right, come on. What's going on here, Mike?
Well, I mean, you didn't tell me about that product, really. I'll happily try it to up the old testosterone levels.
No, all right, we're gonna make that happen. All right, so you were leaving it on your shoulder.
Yeah, it's too cold on my shoulder though now, so now I'm gonna put it on my nuts instead.
And is that to cool down the burning sensation you got after with that questionable lady you met?
Oh yeah, yeah, hot tub pickle girl. Yeah, right. Yeah, she was
hot tub pickle girl.
Yeah, she was in town recently. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Now, Matt, I don't know if it's gone any further, but last week Mike had somebody he wanted to get to know more, and do you need any advice for Matt before Matt leaves there?
No,
Mike?
Matt's married. I mean, no, he doesn't. Matt hasn't been single for like 20, 30 years, whatever it is.
Wait, how long has it been, Matt? How long have you and Betsy been married?
Since 1980. So that would be.
I love this. This is a typical guy response. No, we're just going to tell you like the year and the make. Ask us how old us we are. Oh, I was born in 67. Whatever year you're born, you're just going to say the year you were born in.
Yeah.
You're not going to do the math. That's a man thing. So you've been married how long?
46 years.
40. Yeah, it'll be 46 this October coming up. Yep. I mean, that's all right though. Everything's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I'm glad. I mean, hell yeah, I'm glad I'm married. Yeah, this is great. I love it. Yeah, I mean, I wish, I don't know, maybe me and her can jump in the med bed at some point, be 30 again.
Right.
We'll do another 40 years or whatever. Maybe I'll be one of the first guys in the world to be married like 100 years or something, probably could be. You never know. So that would be cool. I'd be good with it. Listen, the one thing about her, the cooking's got so much better. It's unbelievable, and oh my God.
I just got a tip that Nouri al-Maliki has withdrawn his candidacy as Prime Minister of Iraq.
Yeah, I've heard that rumor every night for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, me too.
At last update he gave today in the morning was, look, I know that coordination framework overall probably doesn't want me, but until it's unanimous, I'm staying.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's now unanimous.
It's unanimous now. It was getting awfully close to unanimous. So it's very possible.
Unanimous means the checks are no longer coming in from the Ayatollah. So maybe it's now unanimous. And I should go find a dacha in Russia somewhere. Yeah.
Not to beat on Shiites or anything, but what do Maliki and the Khomeini have in common?
I don't know what.
Same religious beliefs, the same crazed religious beliefs.
Yeah, well, one of them is mincemeat, and one of them is still breathing. And maybe somebody said to him, if you want to keep breathing, Maybe you should consider converting to Presbyterian or something.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe he's discovering that those 72 blackout versions are like four-legged goats.
They're goats. Yeah, you got your 72 virgins, but they're all goats. So there you go, buddy.
So Maliki bowed out, you said?
Yeah.
Well, that's a report that I just got.
He's probably on a plane to some island somewhere forever right now because he knows that he's got no more friends left anywhere.
Well, you would think he would have done that quite a while ago, but
well, but that was but I guess when we started pounding the hell out of Iran, I mean, not the people, but the bad guys there. He probably, I don't know, he probably got the report that he's got no friends left, so it's time to go, right? So yeah, that's cool.
He might be taking the early out, going, wait a minute, this I could see how this goes ugly, especially if the stories with Kurdish forces in northern Iraq going in to defend their Kurdish neighbors in Iran against the Iranian administration. I mean, if any of that's true, there's so much going on. It's gonna be nice to be able to look back at this and figure out what of it was real information and not. Yeah.
Let me look.
He's looking on another website right now.
Let me look, because that would be good news.
Charlotte, if you're looking for the password over at CBD Gurus, it is KRAMCBD, all lowercase. That is Mark spelled backwards, KRAM. Yeah, KRAMCBD.
Yep, that password was hatched 10 minutes before I was in the field trying to talk to Mark that first night. Honest to God, that was funny. Every other word I know you couldn't hear me. So anyways, that was back in the old days, back in, what was it, 2018, 19? I don't know when it was, something like that. All I know is I'm older now.
Okay, so 21 hours ago, Nouri al-Maliki had withdrawn from the presidential race. And 2 hours ago, he's back in it. So
there you go.
More bullshit from the bullshit guys over there.
Yep. Pretty normal stuff.
Oh, sorry. Did I swear? Shoot.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, you guys, I'm gonna peel out in the car, because I got to get home, and but I'll be listening on the phone right on the way home. So
now you're gonna do a lap around the parking lot, spraying gravel at everybody. That's whole was it Uneasy Rider, the Charlie Daniels song? I think that was Uneasy Rider.
Maybe I should, no, I should go around the Cajun Club, go right around there. That's this place right near us, Yeah, that place is a weird place. So the Cajun Club.
Cajun Club. I guarantee
it's
going to be good.
The what's that?
I guarantee it's going to be good.
I've never been there. I can't. I promised my wife I'll never go in there. So
why wouldn't you go to a Cajun Club? Is it just a bunch of crocodile, alligator hunters or crocodile, whatever they got down there in the swamps?
I've heard it's a bunch of gals that are scantily clad.
Oh, yeah. So it's full of librarians.
Yep, and I don't even have an urge to go there at all, not whatsoever. I pull out of here, I drive by there, and I go, "Oh my God, look at that joint!" It doesn't. I don't think it has average cars there, maybe 5 or 6 ever going by it. So yeah. But anyways, I mean, I guess it's good for certain people, but not me.
Now, is it when you're leaving work, is it on the Wisconsin side or is it over on the Minnesota side?
Oh, no, I'm on the Wisconsin side right now.
All right.
Yeah, and I love the Wisconsin over here. I've become a Green Bay Packer fan, and God, I can't wait to go to some of those games again. I went to one. I went to one last year, but now I found a place that you don't even have to go in. You can go to a house, pay $50, drink and eat, and just hang out with a bunch of crazy drinking Packer fans, in their big yard and house and everything. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, if somebody wants to throw me a ticket or something when I'm there, I'll maybe buy it. But anyway,
All right, we're waiting for the Cajun Club to come up. Let's see. Okay, I'm totally gonna click here if it doesn't redirect
Are you
me
pulling it up?
automatically. Come on, yeah, I was waiting for it to pop up, but let's see. It got 3 out of 5 stars, 8 reviews. It's in Holton, Wisconsin.
Beautiful Holton, yes.
Yeah, but it doesn't close till like 3 a.m.
There you
Really?
go.
Cajun Club's been proudly serving your adult entertainment needs since 1986. In the fall of 2008, new management brought a vision of new and improved Cajun Club. An extensive makeover was done on this thing. Oh, yeah. It's only like 20 minutes from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and offers the best adult entertainment and lots of free parking because there's only 5 cars in the lot ever, right?
They have a liquor license?
Liquor? Jesus, she's a stripper. Why would you want a liquor?
Hey, I've heard. Okay, so I heard they lost their license and they just serve THC drinks, but I don't have any. I don't do any business with them. So.
PH double D or I'm sorry, what?
The what?
PH double D or just PHC?
PH. Okay. THC. THCC. No, I don't know. Double C.
You know what, Matt? If you go up there and you tell those girls you own a CBD company, you're going to be really popular.
Really popular. And if not, at least let Mike go and say his name is Matt and he owns a CBD company right around the corner.
Yeah. You know, that was kind
of what we call stolen valor.
If anybody out there ever wants to have a real fun time at a football game, I'll go because, man, I brought a 50-pack of those gummies in for the Packers game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only had about 8 left by the time we left, everybody around me. And I said, here, girls, take the girls next to me. I said, here, just take the rest of them. They said, really? I said, I own the company. What do I care? And they said, no, you don't. So then they called Wendy. Wendy didn't answer the phone. You know, of course, you probably had.
That made you look bad.
But I'll tell you what, man, it was a hit. Everybody around there, if you ever want to have, I mean, the tickets, what do they cost? $300. Go spend $20 on the gummies and sit there. You'll have a panic. Everybody was having a panic around me. Except for
that's funny, man. That reminds me of a story. I was in, this is about 10, 15 years ago. I was at Sharky's Hermosa in Hermosa Beach, which used to be really, really lots of pretty girls there. And, I was chatting some girls up, and one of them said something like, "Well, what do you bring to the table?" And I said, "Hey, I'm the richest guy. I'm not richest. I'm the most famous guy in this place." And they're like, "No, you're not." And I said, "Yeah, I am. I'm on TV." I said, "I'm probably on TV right now." And I told the bartender, "Hey, change to channel 258 on DirecTV or whatever." It was Ancient Aliens. Boom! I came up. Boom! There I was. I'm like, see,
you know what?
It didn't get me anywhere, but it's the same thing as them trying to call you and prove that you're not the owner of the CBD company. So
it's
well, you know what? It was I never had so much fun at a football game. It was.
Oh, I would imagine, because you didn't even care if the team won. You were just there.
Yeah, you were just going for the fun.
Well, there was Packers fans around us, Vikings fans. It was just a panic, and I was for the Packers, and then my 3 bets from the casino hit on what players were doing, and everybody else, the other guys I was with, none of their bets hit because I don't know what the hell they were betting, but I just lucked out, Yeah. And Parsons, he got 2 sacks. That was one of the bets. It was unbelievable, And I was just, and I don't know. If you ever do that, you do the exacta bets, and you know what? And you got to know the weather. The main thing on those games is you got to know the weather, how they're going to play. Beautiful day like that, the defense was going to kick ass. The offense wasn't. Just kind of weather it was, and that's the main thing. But, no, that's great. I love the casino. I love betting on the games and just having fun. But the Packers and the Steelers, the tailgating is off the hook.
Oh, that's got to be epic.
God, they should just give out lessons to all the other teams how to tailgate. I'm guessing there's some good ones out there, but the Vikings,
Kansas City's barbecue is pretty famous.
No, that's really good too. Yeah, there's a lot of good tailgating teams, but
the ribs in Dallas, the ribs in Dallas for the cow pies. But
But the Vikings tailgating is just, their tailgating at the old Met Stadium was a 10. The tailgating now in downtown Minneapolis, it's a below 10, minus 10. It's horrible.
Yeah, I understand.
So, yeah, it's just, it's no good. It just,
How is that stadium? I've never been there. It looks really nice. I mean,
it is nice inside for sure, but yeah, I'd rather have the worst stadium and the best tailgating as far as I'm concerned. Because and like the tailgating, you don't even have to go into the game.
yeah.
You know,
Well, you know, I've been to this last year. I went to SoFi in Los Angeles, which is beautiful on the outside, and then here at Allegiant Stadium here in Vegas. So that's two of the three newest stadiums, and the thing about them is that they had like no personality. Like SoFi is just bland. You know, they got two teams there. They got the Chargers and the Rams. So all the colors are like neutral, right? And there's like no atmosphere. It's really weird. They have to like constantly pump music and Aaron Donald screaming at you from the screen and banging drums and running sirens to get any kind of energy in the building at all. And kind of the same thing at Allegiant Stadium here, but you know, Pete Carroll was the coach, so what do you expect? So it's kind of like they had no real personality.
So they really pump the noise in there. Yeah, I don't like that either. The Packers,
it'd be a mausoleum. SoFi would be a mausoleum where the Rams play. It would literally be like a mausoleum if it wasn't for them pumping in all this music, and you're just sitting there going, God, really? I already lost 50% of my hearing in this ear. Can you stop? You know?
Yeah, and at the Pittsburgh and the Green Bay games, all the noise is produced by the fans, you know, and it's natural noise. It's unbelievable. It's like
same thing in Seattle. You know, it's spectacular.
Yeah, Seattle, yep. Buffalo,
Arrowhead.
Vikings used to be that way until God, I don't know what the hell happened to them there. You know what it was? It was when the New York owners bought them. You got some guys, they don't care about the area. They don't care about getting feisty. They don't care. They even they had this old Viking guy. It was, he used to drive around on his Harley and he dressed like, they fired him. And then they went to some like a cartoon Viking or something now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like they're sterile. These new stadiums are really sterile. That's why I was wondering what US
they're
is like.
So afraid to offend anybody that they offend everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I'll give the Raiders one thing though. I'll give them this. They're cheerleaders, all girls and all gorgeous. Vegas showgirl. Good for them.
Oh, that was a deciding factor on the Vikings for me to go from the Vikings to the Packers. I mean, Packers, they don't have any guy cheerleaders.
You're a state trader, though, if you've gone from the Vikings to the Packers. It's
oh, no. You know what? I can honestly say from 1967 when I seen them play, I love the Packers. And I love Favre. And just to watch them, I don't love them. I just love the way they played, you know. And I'll tell you that Malik guy, and I was sitting there at the game and I told everybody, I said, no, it wasn't that game. I was watching on TV after Love got hurt. I said, oh, my God, that guy's good. I said, he's going to score big time. I'll bet he gets a 5-year contract, at least $30 million a year from somebody.
Yeah.
He should. He's really, really good. He's good. And the Vikings quarterback, the guy they've had, I don't know. And people always say, oh, he's no good, but I still like him. You want to know something? I'm a football fan. I think he sucks as a football player.
Sucks ass.
That JJ, he's kind of pushy, and oh my God, he reminds you of the guy when you go to the bar or something with a bunch of people, and he's the wimpiest guy there, and he tries to pick a fight, and then all of a sudden, then he kind of backs in back of the group and lets everybody else fight.
How do you spend the 9th pick in the draft on a guy that threw for 140 yards a game in college? The guy it's like, really? No wonder you fired that general manager. He was a DEI hire anyway. So
yeah, he was.
But thank you for Sam Darnold. Thank you guys for letting Sam Darnold go so we could go to the Super Bowl and win. Thank you, Minnesota.
Yeah, you know what? That was good though. Yeah, Sam Darnold. He's a good guy, man. I'm glad. Seattle winning. Awesome. They deserve it. They're great fans. But yeah. It's one of those things.
Oh yeah, where is Esther tonight? Where is Sister?
He's a little under the weather. He had fallen asleep. He was going to get a nap before it, and then he was very groggy. He was like, "No, just stay asleep," because he's been fighting a bug. And I'm like, "Just don't give in. Get to sleep. We got this."
Got
The
it.
bug, the old bug. You know what? I might be catching a bug. I was out there for an hour running around with this dog earlier without a coat on, and now I'm a little hoarse. So I'm going to take a couple immunities, a couple of this, a couple of that on the way home for sure. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. What can you say? I was doing the numbers. I like the numbers. I really do. I was saying to myself, okay, how many people are in these countries where you want to score on the currency? You know what I mean? And it ain't really too hard to figure out. It's the Dinar, the Bolivar. It's where the oil is. And nobody even talks about it. I probably shouldn't talk about it, Marco. What the hell? I might as well. The country next to Venezuela, oh my God, they're going to score. Oh God, are they going to score? And I don't know what.
I wouldn't talk about it if I was you. Don't talk.
What? I shouldn't, Mike?
No, you talk to me about it. I would say, no, keep that one under your hat for a while. Let's wait and see.
I truly am happy for all these people that are going to score on all this stuff. The citizens of the country. It's going to lift them up, out of squalor, and good for them. And you know what? I'm going to invite them all to the humanitarians resort. And when I do, it's good. It'll be so much fun there, sitting around with everybody. How many guys can say, hey, I hand up, you know what? Hopefully I don't have to hand a million of those millions out by the time. Oh, that's my goal. To be millions out there to everybody.
I'd love to make 1 million people millionaires. Wouldn't that be cool? You might actually do it with the amount of currency you've pulled together.
Oh man, it's just been flying out the door. We did that. We're still doing it. It's $100 on the deal, and on each order. If you choose it, you can choose other things for the freebie. But I'll say one thing: the Bolivar was winning on the freebie. I think 90-1. Overall. So there wasn't too many people taking the free capsules. So
I bet not.
Yeah, but that's cool, and that's good. I'm glad, I'm really happy for everybody. I just want the Trump to keep the train rolling, man. That's what I want. So I don't know. I hope it all works out for everybody. I know. Hey, you know what? Everything's worked out for me in my whole life. What can I say? There's been some ups, there's been some downs, but overall, I'm still above ground, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's all you can say. And, there's a lot of good people I've known. They're gone, man. They've passed away. Everybody knows people who passed away. And to be here right now for this time, the excitement, this is pretty wild stuff. I think it is. And the weird thing about it is a lot of people, you say to them, "Oh, have you been following the Iran deal?" And, "Oh no, I don't know what the hell's going on there." And I'm just
what are you talking about? Yeah, what?
Yeah. Or the Epstein deal, and they go, "No, I don't know what's that about," or whatever. And it's just like, oh my God, if you got shipped off the planet Earth, you wouldn't even know it. It's unbelievable. It's crazy time, exciting time. And the weapons they have. I don't know. I think they have weapons, these militaries now, that people have no idea how powerful they are. And so.
Yeah, we haven't even broken out like the TR-3Bs and all the other like cool weapons yet. Do you think is that like the next thing, Mike?
I'm sorry, what's the next thing, Mark?
Is the next thing in this Iranian conflict, like if it's ever looking kind of questionable, do we just pull in some of the otherworldly like tech that we probably have and just do a show of force and shut her down?
Well, I think we've already done a show of force. I don't think that's it. I mean, look, what we're waiting for, according to Jen, is Iran to wave the white flag and surrender. And I do think that's coming. And I think, yeah, I would say we need to escalate to the really scary stuff. Are we going to do that? I don't know. But look, what this is really all about, there's two things this is really all about. Cutting off China's oil supply is number one. Cutting off their oil supply, because Venezuela and Iran were their two biggest oil suppliers. We are taking one country out, and we're now in the process of taking the other one out. So there goes China's expansionist ambitions. Taiwan, oh, how are you going to invade Taiwan with no oil for your ships? No gas for your ships? No fuel for your airplanes? Good luck with that, China. That's the one thing. The other thing is, look, the Bank of London has controlled Iranian oil for 118 years. And what Trump is now doing is cutting them off. They have controlled Iran. They have controlled Iraq. All these countries, Syria, Egypt, they've all been taken out now in the last 10 years. And the last vestige that the deep state banksters had in the Middle East to cause trouble, keep the wars going, and profiteer is Iran. So when Trump takes Iran out, that is a serious death knell for the cabal, because where do they have to go? Their last place they can then go is Ukraine. Okay. So hope you guys enjoy really, really cold winters, because as Jon Snow once said, winter is coming. Okay. And so that's what's going on. I mean, you see what he did with the insurance with the Strait of Hormuz. Lloyd's of London tried to fight back by saying, we're not going to insure any ships going through the Strait of Hormuz. Trump said, okay, we'll start our own insurance company and we'll insure all the oil tankers that want to go through the strait, and we'll protect them with the U.S. Navy. So you're seeing this war, which is part of the GCR that we talk about, Mark. It's playing out in front of us, and Jassara and all this stuff. And the bad guys, they're not cut off at the knees quite yet, but they're getting close. So let's go.
Yeah. You know, I told a couple guys today in their 40s, I said, you know, this is the first time in my lifetime, you know, that I know about where we're actually fighting a war to win, you know, instead of just prolong it forever. And
without sending any Americans on the ground in to do it. We don't have to. We can fight it on economic terms. We can fight it in all kinds of different ways that are completely asymmetric. It's a completely new kind of war. We don't need nukes. We don't need troops. We don't need boots on the ground. We don't need any of this. By the way, I wanted to comment, when you guys were talking earlier about Iranians, Persian people, I'm like you, Matt. I had a lot of friends, Iranian friends, when the Shah fell. I started at Boeing in 1979. These guys had just come over. They basically came and stayed. They basically declared, asked for asylum and stayed. They were wonderful guys. They were great friends. They loved to go out and drink. They talked about how awesome Tehran used to be before, when the Shah was in charge. They were wonderful folks. I've met some great Persian ladies who are loads of fun in LA. They're all over the place, the Shahs of Sunset, if you ever saw that show. They're wonderful, wonderful people. And
yeah, I agree 1,000%.
Iran is not a Muslim country. It's a tiny minority that's controlled this country for 50 years now. Tiny minority. It's Zoroastrian and it's Christian. And that's like more than 90% of the population. So if we can just break these people out of this bondage they've been in, which was all, again, organized and supported by the Bank of London and Lloyd's of London, if we can break that vice grip they've had on this country, the Middle East can blossom. It can just absolutely blossom. And things can go back to the way they were before all this crap started. So anyway, I'm just really optimistic at this point.
I agree, and I'm too very optimistic. Yep. And yeah, I'm happy about it. So I'm just happy to see a war that, we don't we don't just sit and just prolong it forever and ever and ever. It's like, no, just go in there and kick ass. They've always been able to kick ass. And
well, that's the thing. The Iraq war was designed to go on for 20 some years to exploit everything the best they could. So
yeah, just look back about Jimmy Carter when he sent that what the hell was it? The helicopter. He just, oh my God, he just.
Oh, the rescue attempt, and they didn't take into account the sand. They didn't practice in the right area. Do you blame Jimmy Carter? Or do you blame the military? Who flubbed that one up? But that was like,
Yeah.
was nobody thinking? I mean, the equipment. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but yeah, who knows what it was? But now everything seems to be going good, and I just like somebody who kicks ass and uses the weapons instead of our soldiers up and kills them all. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
But
kicking ass and chewing gum, and I'm all out of chewing gum.
yeah, it's the first time in my lifetime that we've actually went into a skirmish, and well, I can't say that. I mean, there's been littler ones, but this big one like this, yeah, they're just going to hammer away until they win. They're going to hammer away until they win or lose, and good for them, good for Trump, good for all the soldiers, good for all the guys on the carriers, hell yeah, kick ass, you guys. I know, and I wonder if any of them are listening right now, for sure. I don't know. Probably not.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried playing soccer with those guys. They were good soccer players, a lot of them.
Oh God, they used to invite me to their parties all the time, the Iranians. I never went. I was too busy. I had little kids at home, but they were the greatest guys. We'd go have our company, we called them, I don't know what, get-togethers every 2 months or so, and it was at the Swede house. His name was Klaus. He ran the company, but yeah, we had a great time, so they're good people. Hey, everybody out there I ran into in the transportation business was cool, except for the uncool we got here now. You know what? I can't talk about it enough because I can't, you know what though? I've heard they're just shipping bad guys out by the plane load right now here, somebody was telling me about it. They're going, and, you know what the hell did they come to Minnesota for? You come from a desert climate and come live in Minnesota in the cold? Here's why. So 70% of them could never work a day for the last 35 years and collect all the money they can. And then get together with leadership here who lets them do it. It was, I don't know. I shouldn't even talk about it. It would just probably get me in trouble. So I don't want to talk about it. So, Matt, be quiet, please. No.
I'm waiting for my phone to buzz for Kevin or Betsy to tell me to kick you out of the studio.
Well, I'll get going, you guys. I'll leave you alone. I better get home. She was going to cook some good chicken deal or something. I don't know, but I like everything she cooks, She does a great job. So, anyway, I met her in high school. That's what I did.
That still makes a great romance story, Matt.
Yep, Matt the romantic. You know what? I'd probably be single if I wouldn't have met her. I probably never would have got a date or anything. I would have been just a zero. So I probably still am a zero when it comes to. Yeah, I am. I've never been a Don Juan or anything like that. Like I know you are, Mike, and I'm sure you are, Mark. No.
Baby.
I'm just kidding. No. But I promise you, I will never, ever, as God is my witness, stop in at that Cajun club. Never. Oh my God. If I did that, I would just, I don't know what I would do. I'd hate myself. No, I would never do that. I mean,
but Matt, she said, meet me at the club. She looks like she's like 13 or 14 and just stepped out of Epstein's Island. It's just horrendous.
What's that?
Oh, boy. Did you see this at the top? We now have THC 9 and HHC products. Click here for more information here at the Cajun Club. Matt, they're trying to take your. I bet they're selling like CBD gurus, like CBD stuff at the Cajun Club.
I was thinking I should go talk to them sometime, but they don't have any cars, so I don't think they can. I don't know, man. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I'd be prepared because here they're claiming they're fully nude, and it's the Twin Cities best strip club experience. VIP couches, bed dances.
Okay. Is there alcohol? Because if there's not alcohol, it can't be the best.
Bed dances. I like that. That's wild. No, you know what though? I don't go by there on Friday and Saturday night, so maybe it is busy on the weekends. I have no idea.
Here we're getting some details on their THC products, Matt.
Okay.
Full line of THC, HHC products, pre-rolls,
Matt,
gummies, vape pens,
it's
drinks. They got magic mushrooms and more.
a sales trip, Matt. You got to
And it
go
says
there. You can write the whole thing off.
It's research.
That's expense.
And they say that their gummies and stuff have 2 times the strength of those that are in Minnesota.
You know what? I just thought of something. See, the Stillwater Bridge, you can walk across there. It's not, once you get across the bridge, I think it's only about 100 yards to the Cajun Club, you know? And you know what? I just thought of this. I do see a lot of seniors, guys walking up there all the time. And you know what? Maybe that's the deal.
Because like a lot of strip clubs will have like all you can eat buffets, like cheap food. So, the guys get together and just go for the cheap food.
You know what?
Or for the free Wi-Fi so they can check their retirement accounts.
Oh my God, free Wi-Fi. You know what? It almost makes me curious to
This looks like a nice place, man.
You know what? I think it is. But like I said, I've never seen more than. But I'm not there on Friday and Saturday nights. I've never seen more than 5 cars there ever. Like when I drive by there after leaving here right now, I'll bet. Let's see, it's Wednesday. Nah, there's probably only going to be 3 or 4 cars there. But you know what? Maybe not. You know what? I'd love to see 100 cars in that parking lot, because then I'd approach them about carrying their stuff.
Carrying your products, right?
Yeah, and I'd give them a super deal. Why not?
There you go.
And then they could, instead of we could get some currency. Probably get some of these currencies. I think you can get them real cheap. Not the ones we want, but maybe a couple pennies a piece or something.
Yeah, tip your ladies with them.
Yeah, just go in there and give them a whole stack. For.
I was thinking about taking just some of the like Monopoly money straight out of the Monopoly game and using it. And they're like, wait a minute, this isn't real money. And I'll be like, yeah, those aren't fake. Those aren't real tits either.
There you go. All right.
Hey, and auditions. They're having auditions, Matt, every Sunday and Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m.
Oh boy, that Sunday date that should be sacrilegious.
There used to be this topless place that we used to drive by in Seattle, and they had a thing out there. Amateur night. Winner gets $100, loser gets $5. We'd drive by there, and my dad would always go, you know what? If I ever need $5, I'm going to take mom in there.
Oh my God,
that's bad.
No, wait a second. No, he didn't say that in front of your mom, did he?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh,
my mom, yeah, you think you're so funny, Mom would say. Right? It was hilarious. You think you're so funny, don't you?
Gotta pull your best Al Bundy. He's talking about Peg.
Yeah, that would have been a wild one. I was just thinking back on my mom and dad. And, it's just the way she was, man. She was feisty. My dad would have said that to her, man. I swear to God, she would have took off her high heel and hit him in the head, I think. But anyway, my dad could have never even joked about that. I think actually my dad was afraid of my mom. So I don't know. It made a good atmosphere. So I don't know. I get it. The joking part of it. Yeah, that's cool. But you know what? I could get away with that with Betsy. She would be cool with it.
Yeah,
I asked her.
She might try to take you, spice things up. Who knows?
Man, I went to Mankato. I went to college at this town called Mankato, and they had a place down there that on a Friday night you'd have. Oh my God, you'd have 500 people in there because they were famous for steaks, but they also was a big strip joint, called Mettler's. Did you ever go there, Mike, Minnesota?
I did not. I was married when I lived.
I would say Mettler's because I was in college at the time. I did go there, and just because I would drive. I was designated driver. Everybody, because me and Betsy were going out then. But anyway, And I would have to say that I've heard that that's one of the biggest strip joints in basically the country. I think it's still open too. They were their food was so good there; it was unbelievable. And
yeah,
Yeah, it's just kind of like going to Hooters for the tasty wings, right, Matt?
well, the wings are good at Hooters, Mark. They really are. And the Wild Goose in LA where I used to hang out, that really pretty damn good food. They really did. So it was like, hey, it's a Friday night. I think I'll go up, have a few beers, have some chicken wings, and look at some girls. It's a nice life.
yeah, the Meddler's dance floor, man, it was. I would say it was a good, maybe 100 feet long and 20 feet wide. It was pretty big.
Wow.
That place, it was huge. That place was big, man. And
Can I?
what's
No,
that?
no, keep going with the story. It just occurred to me I need to do something at a Hooters.
The Hooters is all right, I guess. I never been.
Puerto Rico needs the Hooters. Is there a Hooters in Puerto Rico? Should we go together on a franchise?
I think there is one here. I think it's one of the ones I think. I don't know. But just, Matt, hear me out here.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about getting these little orange shorts and this cut shirt and, just wear, like, maybe I can borrow some fake boobs from Pete Buttigieg and go in. And when all the women are staring at me, but like, stop staring at me. But this is creepy. I mean, do you people just come here just to stare at me? Because all the guys go to stare at the girls. I wonder if they, what they would think about that.
I don't know.
Because everybody stopped staring at them. I mean, come on, you got a guy wheeling around in a wheelchair with fake boobs. I mean, it's got to be more interesting to look at.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, no.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I just I don't want anybody to get me wrong here. I don't really hang out at those places. I don't approve of them, And I know you guys. It's only Mark and Mike that are really hipped up about those kind of places. So anybody out there, just remember, I'm the good guy. No, I'm just kidding. No, you know what? I was very pliable when it came to things to do when I was a kid growing up, and it was peer pressure. All my buddies would go to places like that, and it was either that or sit home by myself, and I didn't want to sit home, so I went there. And then I would just most of the time just talk to my buddies. I wouldn't even check out the beautiful girls up there, and once in a while, you'd have to look that way, but yeah, it was interesting. I'm just a product of my environment. I turned out the best I could. I think you did, Mark. Mike, I think you did. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So no, yeah, it's just peer pressure, And the gals, I used to drive around the gals to all those stagette parties and stuff, and boy, you know what? They're wilder than the guys. They really are. They're kind of more.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they used to get drunker than the guys when I used to drive them all around.
Not surprised. Yeah, I'll remind me, Chuck. Chuck said when I went to strip clubs, I would think of the losers in here every week, which I think is funny because he's saying he's in there every week. So I went to a strip club with a couple of buddies for lunch because it was a strip club and they had all you can eat prime rib for lunch. It's like $10-15. So these guys would go every week and they finally talked me into going. I'm like, fine, I'll go. I love prime rib. For anybody that knows me, I love prime rib. So I go to the strip club and I'm sitting there. I was like, where do you want to sit there? I want to get, no, let's just sit back here. I wasn't interested in the strippers at all. I was interested in the all you can eat prime rib. So we're sitting there and there's this old guy. He's up at the stairs. I mean, he's walking. I mean, he's like shaking. He's like got his cane, he's like shaking up and he's sitting there giving the dollars, shaking them, and the girls are dancing or whatever. And Barton looks at me and says, hey, you know the difference between him and us? And I said, what? And Barton goes, oh, about 40 years.
That's all?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was bigger than that back then. I think it was probably more like 60-year difference back then, but
yeah, that's that's 40 years. That ain't bad. I hang out with guys that are 40 years under me sometimes, they're just kind of there, or whatever. So maybe in their late 20s. So I don't hang with them. They're just around. And, but I could see, no, I don't go to these places anymore. I haven't been in years and years and years, and never, I don't even know if I ever went to one. I think I was just dreaming it or something. I didn't go. I'm not like you guys. I didn't do that kind of stuff. So anybody out there? No, there was it. Oh my God, I wish I would have grew up a little bit more not so wild, and I really do. I really do. I was just a product of my environment, but I wasn't near as wild as a lot of other people. That's for sure. I got married at I thought was kind of an early age. I was a trendsetter back then. No, I'm just kidding.
Probably saved the world a lot of heartache.
No.
Betsy did her duty to humanity.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we were living together for sure. I was kind of living with her, and I think we started in by the time I was start of football season in high school, we were pretty much living together. Yeah. And it was good though. We paid our own way. So, I just kind of, she had like an upstairs apartment in her parents' house. So, that's the best thing. Anybody if you're young out there and you're just a young guy, if you can go out with a gal who's got an upstairs apartment in her parents' house, there you go. That's the ticket right there.
Love advice. All right, guys. I just noticed the time. We're going to lose all of our mods if we don't start wrapping it up.
All right. Hey, thanks for having me on, you guys. And I appreciate talking to both of you. I really do. It was fun.
It was a good time. We appreciate you, Matt. Yeah.
Someday we're going to have the humanitarian resorts, and I know it's going to happen. And we'll sit around and have a great time. And the only thing I'll be going. I'll try to keep up with you guys. I just take a little nap here and there, and then just keep going. So, and hopefully I'll jump in the med bed. So
now we're talking.
Go. Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to look awfully odd out there at the on the dance floor.
I can't even dance.
You're going to have one on each resort, just for Mike.
Touring, yeah. Okay. We'll see you guys. Take care.
All right, man. Love you, man.
See you, Matt. Mike, anything you want to add in closing? When's the RV?
Well, I got different people telling me different things. So I'm going to go with my favorite thing, which is the day after Iran raises the white flag, which could be any day now. So
could be this week. I'll take that.
That one. That's what I prefer.
All right, guys. I need my beauty rest, obviously. So I'm getting out of here. See you all 10 a.m. in the morning Eastern. Mike, when's your next one?
Taking a few days off unless something of note happens, in which case I will be on. But taking a couple days off. Taking the dog in to get groomed tomorrow, all that stuff.
Good for you. I'm going to take a couple days off this weekend.
Good.
30 days off. All right. See you guys. Take care, Mod. Thank you.